And yes, let's talk about a pandemic that currently exists in the world of TikTokers, which is the pandemic of shipping. We are surrounded by shipping everywhere, and that's something that's making a lot of people really upset. I need to address this today because people continue sending me videos about specific TikTokers. Whether they're faking their shipping, whether they really have a relationship, whether it's true, whether it's a lie. Susanna, I've been wanting to talk about this topic for a while, I've wanted to talk about this topic for a while because it's something, girl, that I've been thinking about since 2020, I admit it. 5 years thinking about this and not saying it in a video. But today I'm going to say it because, you know what? Everyone is talking about it right now, and I thought, hey, why don't I join in? Yes, among other gossip, TikTokers or celebrities, which I'll discuss in this video, watch the entire video to find out more. We will respectfully share our opinion without any hatred or toxicity. Opinion, you guys shouldn't throw hate at anyone either, and you should also write your opinion about all of this in the comments. Follow me on social media, especially Instagram, where I stay most connected with you all. I admit I've been distant lately, Susanna, not just this month of July, though it's only been 11 days so far. But I've been a little distant from all social media. Because first of all, I was on my period, and second, they were rebuilding the roof of my apartment. It wasn't even the apartment next door anymore, it was my apartment. Susanna, those people started at 6 ante meridium. The loud banging made us fear the roof would collapse. I kept saying the roof was going to fall. Imagine that the lamp on my balcony broke, girl. It fell down, it's on the floor, shattered. Imagine the intensity of their banging. It caused everything in my house to shake. So I didn't have a chance to record either. I didn't feel like it. Honestly, I was on my period. This month, my period came in full force, girl. She said, look, Demi, you're not going to forget this month. But anyway, whatever. Let's start with, why am I talking to you about my menstrual cycle? Before starting this little video, hello ladies, from good to bad.
Let's look at this case.
Well, topic number one, the topic of shipping, girl, just in case you didn't know. Shipping is the desire or support for a romantic relationship between two people or characters, whether real or fictional. Well, shipping is something that has been used since the beginning of the internet. In general, before TikTok existed, before the late musical.ly, which later became TikTok. Well, before that, there was YouTube, and there were also people who pretended to be in a relationship, among YouTubers and all that, but it's not as common as what happens nowadays on TikTok, is it? I'm telling you, when I downloaded TikTok in 2020, because I was bored, because everyone was stuck at home, during the pandemic. At first, I said I would never have TikTok. Susanna, I was one of those people. I was one of those people. Am I okay? But TikToks kept appearing on my Facebook feed, and I enjoyed them, I would watch compilations of TikToks from certain couples, and I would watch those TikTok compilations. And so, well, I ended up downloading it in secret. The worst part, I was a closeted TikTok fan, I didn't say it in public. I was a TikTok wolf in the closet. Gay silence. And back then, that was really common. Shipping people, TikTokers always making videos, sometimes even kissing on camera. Well, they didn't actually kiss, but they acted like they were going to, and they would drop hints. I'm telling you, fake shipping has existed since the very beginning, right? But nowadays, it's experienced much more intensely. Because they take it really far. I feel like before they didn't take it as far as they do nowadays. And that's why people are so tired. People are also so tired because it's something we've been seeing for 5 years now. Since TikTok became super popular. In 2020, yeah, girl, everything changed because since then, imagine 5 years in a row. Seeing people pretending to be a couple and then they're not a couple in real life, because for me, honestly, they're not doing any harm to society. They're not hurting anyone. That's why I don't throw hate at them for pretending to be in a relationship. Honestly, what I don't like is when there are some TikTokers, I'm not going to mention names, Susanna, they pretend to be in a relationship. Literally, all their videos are about throwing hints at each other or making videos about what? Making videos, almost kissing, or I don't know, doing dances that are super provocative or giving each other looks. They know that those looks are going to make people think they have something going on, So if you're doing all that, adding more fuel to the fire, how are you going to get mad at people afterwards? They assume you two are in a relationship, but the problem arises later, after they've profited and gained many followers from shipping. Later, when they want to, I don't know, have another partner, when they drift apart because they don't want to be friends anymore. Or did the romance between the two of them end? They get upset with their fans for asking for explanations, but it's understandable that fans would want an explanation. If literally all your content was with that person, or the content that made you famous is the content with that person, obviously they're going to ask you for explanations. That's why. Oh, why was my finger like that? Sorry, was it? That's another reason. Also, content creators who are couples get upset when people ask for explanations. In the end, that's something that you have to understand on one hand, also about people. It's like, if all your content was based on you and your partner, and suddenly your partner doesn't appear in your content anymore, obviously people are going to want to know why, you know? Wow, I don't know. People shouldn't get mad about it, even though many do get upset. It's puzzling why they care so much. It clearly matters if all your content was based on that. That's why I'm telling you, I have a partner, but I have a relationship that's not secret, but it's not public either. I have a pretty private relationship. My life doesn't revolve, well, my posts on the internet or my content don't revolve around being in a relationship. That's exactly why I say if we ever break up, which is normal for couples sometimes, God willing, we won't, right? Susan? But well, if something happens at some point, I don't want to have to find myself in that situation of having to give an explanation or having people constantly asking me about that person. But you have to understand that the moment you decide to make your relationship public, your breakup, beba, will also be public. You know, like, it's normal, and sometimes it makes me mad when a lot of influencers get mad about that. I'm telling you, there are people who really are harassers, you know? Like, they really harass you too much. Like, yeah, give a reason. You don't have to give a specific reason. But I feel like sometimes giving a conclusion to something it would be the normal thing to do, you know? This is the truth, I'm telling you. When it comes to shipping, there are some who are getting a lot of hate right now. I made this video in response to your numerous messages about making a video on Carlos Alberto and Mujer de Buena Pasta as frequently requested. Make a video about them. Some of you wanted me to speak well of them, others badly. They're getting a lot of hate now. She includes Carlos Alberto in all her videos, and some people obviously don't like him, which is the main reason. Carlos Alberto, it's normal when you're a public figure. Well, not everyone is going to like you. Carlos Alberto currently has many haters. Besides that, also because there are people who don't believe in his ship, which means they're pretending to be in a relationship, you know? Some people don't believe it, but honestly, I really enjoyed the content they created together during her visit to Miami. I enjoyed many of the videos and feel they produced great content, including what she creates independently. I love it, but the problem I feel comes when people get tired, you know? You get tired of seeing so many fake things, right? It's like, but why can't they? Why can't they just pretend to be friends and that's it? You know, show people they're friends and that's it. Why do they have to force themselves to fake a relationship? And I'm telling you, this is the conclusion I've come to after reading a lot of comments from many people. But at no point am I saying that their relationship or bond is fake or that it's wrong. Even celebrities themselves do that to promote their movies. They pretend to be in a relationship. The artists themselves, they act like they're having something with the person they're going to collaborate with. And then you say, oh, so it was all marketing? And yes. Oh, do TikTokers do the same thing? That's why I say they're not doing anything wrong. The problem is when they get mad at their followers for assuming that the two of them had a relationship, because many of them say yes, but we never told you that we had a relationship. You assumed it on your own. They didn't assume it on their own because you were the ones who went too far. Constantly uploading videos, almost kissing, grabbing each other's butt, whispering in each other's ear, sharing. Flirty looks. You knew what you were doing. I've been holding on to this anger since 2020 because those people have always done the same thing since then. When they break up, when they're no longer friends, then they get mad at their followers because their followers say, why don't you post videos together anymore? You know, they broke up and they're like, we never had a relationship. You guys made that up, beba. How could your followers have made it up and all your content too? It was almost like having a baby with that person. They want to make a baby with you in every video, beba.
I want to make a baby with you.
You know what you're doing, so don't pretend or get mad at your followers. I used to get mad a lot, but Biba, we need to stop with that. Stop, because it's already too much. It's happening too often and people are already oversaturated with it. Seeing that kind of thing, two people pretending to have a relationship, and a lot of times it looks super fake. You can tell they really don't have it, and that just oversaturates people. I understand why they do it, as that content attracts many people. And it's mostly the curiosity of seeing a relationship, watching it grow, and giving opinions about everything those people are doing. And they even end up idealizing them since many of them are influencers they admire. Oh no, also something that came up for me on TikTok was a girl who ate butter, but like a lot of butter, Susanna. She was obsessed with eating butter, and the worst part is that she's been posting those videos since 2020. Eating butter, where you literally see her eating chunks of butter as if she were eating a piece of bread or a cookie. And then she did something like an unboxing. Well, not really an unboxing, but showing what's in her fridge. Everything was various types of butter, including butter bowls and other butter products. And in general, she showed a lot more things like this little butter tree, or also this butter with cinnamon and brown sugar. That reminds me of a show that used to be very popular. What was it like? Obsessions? Oh no, I don't even remember what it was called, but they showed like, well, yeah, people's weird obsessions like eating dye, well, nail polish, eating wall, eating cement, you know, weird things like that. And so that reminded me of that. Babies, do you guys also like eating butter like that? Or was it just me? It shocked me. I swear, when I saw the video of that girl eating butter always, and she always does it, she says she's obsessed with butter. She even makes noodles, well, like spaghetti, and the sauce is butter. She doesn't do it for views because she was doing it back in 2020, and almost all the videos are, what if I did it, for views. Even so, every day of her life she eats butter, because every day of her life she uploads a video eating butter. I swear that moment shocked me and changed my life forever. I ended up like this, look.
I was left feeling tiny, ordinary, insignificant. The verb to be. We listen and we don't judge. We listen and we judge.
Also, for another reason, they were canceling a lot of people, Iran, the TikTokers who do mukbangs. That's not new. That's been around for a while because YouTubers were already doing that before. For a while now, but the YouTubers who do mukbangs, a lot of people notice that they, for example, make videos where they chew and chew, but they don't show the parts where they swallow the food, right? And that's happening now with a girl who used to make videos with Khan. What's that called? Pretending that she was eating? Crumble cookie donuts, which is like, well, every donut at Crumble Cookie. Oh no, cookies. Every cookie at Crumble Cookie has more than 1,000 calories. I mean, that's terrible, girl. Like more than 1,000 calories in one cookie. And her, every week there was a video of her eating Crumble cookies, right? But the big box with the 6 cookies? Many people noticed that she was spitting it out between takes. How did they notice? Because she never showed when she swallowed things. She always showed that delicious, and then she would cut the video right there. What can I say? It doesn't seem strange to me anymore. It doesn't seem strange because it's like
that. It's
very much to be expected. Mukbangers have always done that on YouTube. And I spoke in a very general way. Obviously, most didn't do it, but many did. And there was even one who made those videos on TikTok who became very popular, who made videos like eating 3 family-sized pizzas at once. And then she, when they were supposedly going to shut down TikTok, confessed that she actually didn't eat all that food and that she spit it out, right? Interestingly, TikTok was only shut down for 12 hours before being brought back online. Can you imagine her? Was it a joke? And the worst part is that she still uploads videos today, eating a lot. And now everyone knows it's fake, so she doesn't get as many views anymore. I feel this is common among people who create such videos. That they're eating too much, and you see that they don't gain weight or anything like that. That's why, Beba, because a lot of them spit out the food, you know? They don't swallow it all. Or they can upload a video of themselves eating all the food. But the rest of the videos they uploaded, the previous ones, I'm sure they were spitting it out, you know? I'm not that impressed. People are really shocked, but I'm telling you, a lot of things on the internet are fake. So don't believe everything you see online. Please, you guys write in the comments what videos you want. The next video is going to be about Chespirito. I already have it. I haven't finished the video yet because there's too much information, Susanna. There are too many interviews and things to include. I understand that some of you are tired of the Chespirito and Florinda Mesa content and don't want me to upload the Chespirito video. But I'm missing, girl. I'm missing. My humble opinion is missing. If you come across another video about Chespirito and Florinda, please skip it and watch my video on Sunday instead. Because I'm going to upload a video about that. Yes, Juana Maria giving my totally non-toxic opinion, and please bear with me. I love you all with all my heart. Take care of yourselves. And if you made it this far, I was a real little dog. Yes, you are. Leave me a brown heart in the comments. Yes, brown babe.
To show you watched this far, comment and I'll reply with, oh my god, you are a real little dog. Yes, you are.